Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited about today's video because we're talking about one of the most iconic celebrity wardrobes when it comes to modern everyday style, and that is Hailey Bieber. I feel like whenever people think of that cool, city girl model off-duty look, she is one of the first names that comes to mind. Her outfits always feel so current, but at the same time they never seem overly trend-led or difficult to recreate. That's exactly why I thought she would be the perfect inspiration for a capsule wardrobe video. What I personally love about Haileys Style is that it feels incredibly intentional without ever looking like she spent hours putting it together. There's always this sense of ease to her looks, but when you really pay attention, you realize she relies on very specific wardrobe foundations. She repeats silhouettes, color palettes, outerwear shapes, and accessories constantly, which is exactly what makes her style translate so well into a capsule wardrobe. So today, I want to break down the key pieces, the outfit formulas, and the styling mindset behind her wardrobe so you can create a closet that gives that same clean and modern feeling. Before we even talk about the clothes themselves, I think it's important to talk about what actually defines Hailey's style. To me, her wardrobe sits right in that space between classic tailoring and off-duty street style. She wears a lot of structured pieces, but they never feel too formal. At the same time, she brings in sporty and relaxed elements that make everything feel much more lived in and contemporary. A big part of her style comes from silhouette rather than decoration. You're not really looking at prints, embellishments, or very statement-driven pieces. Instead, the interest comes from the cut of a blazer, the drape of a pair of trousers, the way a leather jacket sits slightly oversized on the shoulders, or how a more fitted top balances a looser bottom half. That's why her outfits always look so refined, even when they're built from very simple pieces. Another thing I notice is how consistent her color palette is. She stays very close to black, white, gray, cream, chocolate brown, navy, and denim blues. Occasionally you'll see a softer beige or a muted tone, but overall the wardrobe feels very cohesive. This is honestly one of the easiest ways to recreate the look, because once your color palette is aligned, getting dressed becomes so much easier. Let's start with the foundation of the wardrobe, which is the tops and everyday base layers. This is such an important chapter because Hailey's style depends so much on clean basics. The first thing I would say is invest in really good t-shirts. A crisp white t-shirt and a black one are absolutely essential. These are the pieces that can instantly work under blazers, leather jackets, coats, or even just on their own with a pair of trousers and sunglasses. The fit matters so much here. You want something that skims the body nicely without being too tight or too oversized. Then come fitted tanks and bodysuits. Hailey wears these constantly, especially with larger outerwear pieces. That contrast between something close to the body and something more oversized on top is such a huge part of her style language. Ribbed tanks, sleeveless tops, long-sleeve fitted basics, and soft knit tops are all pieces I would include in this capsule. A lightweight knit or fine sweater is also a must. Something that works both on its own and layered under coats is ideal. Think simple, clean, and easy to repeat. Now let's talk about bottoms, because this is where so much of that Hailey silhouette really comes to life. The first must-have is straight leg or slightly loose denim. She rarely wears anything too skinny. Her denim choices usually have a relaxed shape that makes the whole outfit feel more current and less dated. A medium wash blue pair is probably the most useful, and then I would definitely include a black or darker denim option as well. The next essential is wide-leg tailored trousers. This is probably one of the most defining pieces in her wardrobe. Whether she's styling them with a fitted tank, a simple white tee, or an oversized blazer, they always bring that polished city feel to the look. A black pair is non-negotiable in my opinion, and then a gray, charcoal, or cream pair would be a beautiful second option. You could also add a pair of sleek leggings if you love that sporty off-duty side of her style, especially for travel days or more casual looks. I genuinely think outerwear is one of the most defining parts of Hailey Bieber's style. Even when the base of the outfit is something really simple, like a tank top and jeans or a fitted knit with trousers, the outer layer is usually what gives the look that signature Hailey feel. The first piece I would absolutely include is an oversized blazer. This is probably the most important item in the entire capsule because she wears it in so many different ways. Over denim for everyday looks, with tailored trousers for something more city-inspired, or even layered over a shorter silhouette. It instantly gives the outfit structure and that cool off-duty energy. I would start with a black one and then maybe add a gray or softer neutral tone as a second option. The second must-have is a leather jacket. This is such a key piece in her wardrobe because it adds that slightly sharper, more modern edge. I would go for something clean and slightly oversized rather than too fitted, so it keeps that effortless model off-duty feeling. A long wool coat is another essential, especially for colder months. It makes even the simplest outfit look much more put together and gives that clean line to the overall silhouette. I'd also add a bomber or sporty zip-up jacket because I love how she mixes tailored pieces with more casual athletic layers. That contrast is such a big part of what makes her style feel current. The shoes and accessories are really what complete this wardrobe and make it feel very Hailey. Even when the clothing itself is kept simple, the finishing touches always bring that cool, current feel to the look. For shoes, I would start with a sleek everyday sneaker. Something clean and minimal that works with denim, trousers, and even more tailored outfits. She often styles sneakers in a way that still feels very polished, so they're definitely a key part of the capsule. Then I would add a classic black loafer. This is one of those pieces that works so well with straight-leg jeans, wide-leg trousers, and even shorts or mini dresses with oversized outerwear. It gives the outfit a slightly sharper finish without feeling too dressed up. I would also definitely include black leather flip-flops, because they're such a signature part of that relaxed Hailey wardrobe. She wears them in a way that still feels very refined, usually with straight denim, tailored trousers, or a simple fitted dress. A pointed heel or a low kitten heel is also important because she often uses a shoe like this to take a very simple look into evening territory. Even something as basic as jeans and a fitted top instantly feels more refined with the right heel. For bags, I would definitely go for a structured shoulder bag in black or brown. Something clean and timeless, rather than overly trend-driven. This is such a signature part of her styling and really helps tie the whole outfit together. Sunglasses are also essential. Slim frames, oval shapes, or narrow rectangular styles work perfectly for that Hailey-inspired look. And then simple gold jewelry, small hoops, rings, maybe a watch, just enough to add interest without overpowering the outfit. What I love about her accessories is that they never feel like too much. Everything is very selective, and that's what keeps the overall look so modern. What really makes this wardrobe work is not just the individual pieces, but the way they're styled together. I think this is actually where Haileys style stands out the most. Her outfits are usually built around balance. If she's wearing something oversized on top, like a blazer, bomber, or leather jacket, the base layer is often much more fitted. On the other hand, if the trousers or jeans have a looser shape, the top tends to stay clean and closer to the body. That contrast is such a big part of what makes the outfits feel modern and flattering. Nothing feels random. There's always one main silhouette leading the look, and the rest of the pieces support it. Another thing she does really well is repeating outfit formulas. You'll notice she comes back to the same combinations in slightly different ways. For example, a fitted tank with straight-leg denim and an oversized blazer, or wide-leg trousers with a simple tee and a long coat. That's exactly the mindset I would take when building this capsule. Instead of thinking about creating endless outfits, focus on having a few formulas that you know always work. I also think accessories play a huge role here. Sometimes the base outfit is incredibly simple, but once you add the sunglasses, the bag, and the right shoes, it suddenly feels very intentional. That's really the magic of this kind of wardrobe. What I really love about this kind of wardrobe is how easy it makes everyday styling feel. Once you have the right foundations, putting together an outfit becomes much more intuitive because everything naturally works together. You can keep the look very simple, but it still feels current and put together. It's the kind of wardrobe that works for so many different moments in daily life, whether you're heading out for coffee, running around the city, meeting friends for dinner, or even traveling. The overall feeling is always clean, modern, and effortless, but still very intentional. That's why I think Haileys Style translates so beautifully into a capsule wardrobe. It gives you pieces you can genuinely wear on repeat while still making every outfit feel fresh. So, that is how I would create a Hailey Bieber-inspired capsule wardrobe. What I really love about this style is that it proves you don't need an overwhelming amount of clothes to create really strong outfits. It's more about having the right foundations, understanding the silhouettes that work together, and building a wardrobe where every piece feels intentional. I think that's why her style is so inspiring. It always feels current, but it never feels like it's chasing trends. Everything works together in a way that still feels very wearable for real life. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and lets me keep making more fashion videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.